6:48 back here with your top stories you need to know this Tuesday in our Sunrise Smart Start, and some breaking updates overnight as we're working to find out more about this police investigation that shut down a street in northwest Rochester. It happened around 10 o'clock near Otis and Cameron Streets. We saw officers and MCSO cruisers at the scene with investigators focused there going through a car outside of a home. RPD says it is a Greece PD jurisdiction case, and we did reach out to that department for some more information. We'll share that as soon as we have it. Also, we just learned a man was flown to the hospital after getting hit by a truck in Ontario County. That happened in South Bristol on Route 64 South just after 6 p.m. Deputies describe his injuries as serious, but the man is expected to pull through. That section of road was closed for about 3 hours. It is all clear now. A stretch of Rush-Scottsville Road is back open this morning. Crews were there, as you see, working overnight to fix power lines brought down by a tractor trailer that crashed between West Henrietta and East River Roads. No one was injured. Some of the issues that we had covering in the last couple of hours, your current conditions and a view from our Greater Rock Sky Eye Sunrise Traffic Report. Had a quick little burst of snow here in the city. Hard to see that anything fell in the early morning hours. We do have more on the way. James will have that in a bit. But if you're waking up, joining us in Wayne County, good morning to you. You will see that dusting outside now. Another view as we're driving on Winton, passing through the Rochester-Brighton area this morning. Plenty of blacktop and everything moving just fine with cloudy skies there. President Trump says Iran has until 8 p.m. to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, or he will order military forces to bomb all of Iran's bridges and power plants. Monday, Iran's regime formally rejected the administration's 15-point peace plan.
They're going to have no bridges. They're going to have no power plants. Stone Ages, yeah.
Today, the UN Security Council is going to vote on a resolution calling for other countries to coordinate the reopening of the strait while asking Iran to stop attacks against merchant and commercial ships that are located there. Here in the States, gas prices keep on going up. The national average above $4 a gallon. Prices are surging in New York along with it. The average here is $4.07 this week compared to a month ago at $3.22. Democrats in Albany are pushing for a gas tax holiday to temporarily waive the state sales tax that you pay every time you fill up. But the governor has resisted calls to suspend it, arguing the federal government should fix the crisis it engineered by starting this war. Newly obtained witness reports are shedding light on a frightening situation inside Rochester General Hospital late last week. Police say 35-year-old Gregory Strickland pointed a gun at several people, including nurses and security, Friday morning when trying to visit his hospitalized brother. Court records state a nurse on the 4th floor was handing out meals when Strickland started yelling, looking for his brother. The nurse says she called 911 after hearing he might have a gun. Security responded. One guard says Strickland tried to remove his brother from the hospital without being cleared. That guard claims Strickland pulled out a small black gun and pointed it right at him. An altercation followed before hospital staff took Strickland into custody and turned him over to officers. No shots were fired. No one was physically hurt, but witnesses say they feared for their lives. A loaded gun was recovered at the scene. Strickland is facing multiple charges, including criminal possession of a weapon and menacing. He pleaded not guilty at his arraignment. Stories we're following happening today. The sentencing for a former daycare worker from Greece at Doodlebugs Child Care Center. 24-year-old Noah Heffler pleaded guilty to 1 count of endangering the welfare of a child back in February. Police say the investigation started in the fall of 2024 with victims sharing allegations of abuse while under his supervision outside of a child care setting, to be clear. He was originally charged with sex abuse. Heffler's sentencing is this afternoon at 5. Also in court, a father accused of abusing a set of twins just 6 weeks old in Wayne County. Last week, we learned those little victims were hospitalized with life-threatening injuries. Deputies say the 2 infants were taken to the hospital in the middle of March. Reports show both had non-accidental trauma to their heads and body, including brain bleeding, severe burns, and broken bones. The father, Cameron Douglas, is charged with 2 counts of felony assault. He did previously do time in prison for attempted robbery in 2012, and at the time of this arrest was out on parole. The baby's mother, 34-year-old Brittany Spicer, had no criminal history. She is charged with endangering the welfare of a child. Douglas is in court at 12:30. The mother's hearing is coming up tomorrow. Work is happening now to take care of all the toxic materials found in the soil at Brighton High School's athletic fields. The district had to halt the turf replacement project there after preparation and testing of the grounds in January showed levels of lead, mercury, and arsenic in the topsoil. The state DEC looked into it and determined this to be a previous spill as the cause. The chemicals are believed to have originated there in the 18 and 1900s when that campus was used as a brick manufacturing spot. Crews have since been advised to place poly sheeting over the spill site and the gravel to prevent it from moving around in the soil into wider areas of construction. For now, the turf part of the project is paused indefinitely, and a community forum will be held to talk about a reimagined process for that development.
Snow on the ground for some spots, especially over in Wayne County. Most of you are just getting the light snow showers around, but we'll have them sticking around through about noon until we clear out. We'll get back to spring, though, as we get into tomorrow and Thursday.
9 o'clock, we'll see you for our podcast. Have a lot of fun there. Second cup of sunrise on today's agenda. I had an issue on 590 yesterday. Boy. I hit something, and then it came up like, how do I tell the girls?
Oh, no.
So that and more, we'll see you on the streaming app. We'll see you back here at 7:25 with a local update tracking those flakes.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, X, and on our app for news and weather. Get the Rochester First streaming app today for everything you love from News 8 on demand, plus exclusive shows you won't see anywhere else. Search ROC and download for free on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV.